Hello, heathens. How are we today? Hi, Pedro. Hi, Chris. How are you? You both have your walk-ons back. You can try again on, the page where they actually work. Since Pedro couldn't read before he pushed his button. Couldn't learn from Waffle's mistake. Or all the times that Gemini's done it. Just throwing that out there. See, I respect education in this chat. Oh, you had it set up on autoplay. Okay, I can't really yell at you too much for that. Okay, well, I refunded it so you can play it manually or autoplay it again. Fair enough.
Sorry about that whole shooting you thing, but I know if you look deep into your heart, which is currently all over that tree, you'll find a way to forgive me.
There you go.
Haven't been the same since I expired. Doesn't mean that I plan to retire. And now I have the power to bathe all of you in entertaining fire.
I'm going to have every single one of these walk-ons memorized. But hi, Meg. How are you today? How are we feeling? Yeah. So I'm going to collect walk-ons like Pokemon like I collect devs like Pokemon? Oh, that was what I was going to do today. Bold of you to assume I'm going to have time to sit there and watch the season. Thank you for paying the ferryman, Necro. Have you not noticed I do nothing but like sit here and work on shit? You're allowed to be not sure, not sure. These other ones. Hi, Coder. Thank you for paying the ferryman. How is Coder today? Hi, Wabbit. Um, Has Been Hotel or Hell of a Boss? One of the two. Oh, hell yeah, Coder. Let's go. How was Wabbit today?
Excuse me, are y'all with the cult?
We're not a cult. We're an organization that promotes love and...
Yeah, this is it.
Hi, Tommy. Well, then get more food, Webbit. I want all the food that I was being taunted with that I can't have because I don't have money for that kind of food. Because somebody's an asshole.
Play with me forever and ever.
Tommy, thank you for the 5 fucking months at tier 3, you lunatic. Chaos o'clock. No, you weren't the asshole this time, Pedro. It was Waffle. You know what, Coder? That is 100% valid. All right, Webbit. We will be here. I know it'd be gold, and then it would be disappointment. Oh, so I know some of you knew I had an interview yesterday. Interview went really, 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 really well. I even was talking with the president of the company. I got 0 of the normal what does a girl know about cars vibes. Like, we were definitely just chatting like a bunch of car loving gearheads and talking on a business level, and it was really good. And the president was making a whole lot of comments that alluded to him definitely being interested. Like, he was showing his hand a little more than one would expect. But so no official offer yet. They told me they would let me know if they wanted to do a second interview. But I'm feeling a lot more confident about a second interview with this one. Yes, Tommy, I really liked that. It looks good so far. Ugh. I can deal with some diesel stuff. One of my best friends is a diesel mechanic. I do know a thing or two about diesels. Diesel is not my home turf. I am more car light truck. But I have been in and around automotive my whole entire life, so I know a thing or two about a thing or two. I also had the meeting with the charity organization today. That went extremely well. She understood the position I'm in, so we're not going to do any like big fundraiser streams right now until I'm in a better position. I am on board with them at this point. It is kind of going to be like a permanent foreseeable future thing. It'll be one of those I can do like a big fundraiser push kind of whenever we want to do one. Um, but we can kind of sort of fundraise. I'm going to tell you, Ray. I'm going to kind of, and we can also kind of fundraise in the background for them all the time if we want. We did go ahead and set up the page for the fundraising. But she also understands that I really can't help out a charity when I am myself kind of a charity right now. Um, she was an amazing person to talk to. Um, they're a very transparent organization. So I will officially be working with the charity organization called Stack Up. I would have to pull up the email to get like the exact mission statement, but essentially what they do is use gaming and nerd culture to support military, veterans, and allied forces to promote suicide prevention and awareness. Yes, Wabbit. They are super transparent. They post 5 years worth of their tax information online so that at any point in time you can check them and make sure they're legit and they are who they say they are. 90% of the funds that they raise go into the charity. Only 10% is not used for the charity because obviously there has to be some money for like the overhead, which is 90% is out fucking standing. You're not going to find many other charity organizations that are able to put that much out. That's impressive. Hi, Tej. Thank you for paying the ferryman. And thank you for paying the ferryman, Tommy. So, all of the information she was able to provide me with, in addition to the information that I had looked up and Panda had helped me look up, we could not find any bad information about them. And the information she provided me today, it all lined up with what I had looked at, and she was able to give me even more in-depth information. It is an organization that I can see myself working with for a long time. And they don't necessarily look for the biggest streamers or, it's not necessarily, okay, who's going to make us the most money today, but who is here for the mental health awareness? Who are the relatable people that we would want to talk to, that we would want to hang out with? Who are the people that we want to have actually be these faces that we would want to talk to? That's the decision. Which, kind of nice. She was, that's how she picked me. But so as of today, I am working with stackup.org. So very cool. So I will at some point have a little more of that on the page and on the stream and all of that. Just because of the financial situation, I don't have a ton of it on the page right now because obviously I got to worry about keeping my lights on and keeping me fed and whatnot first. I do have a panel at the bottom of my panels where you can still go ahead and make a donation now if you would like to include that as of today. So the Tiltify is live as of today. The funds, I never touch the funds. The funds go directly to stackup.org. So we set the Tiltify up to go directly to them. So I thought you guys would be excited to hear that news. Thank you, Pedro. I mean, I feel like I could think of a lot of better people, but I will fucking take it. And we were talking a little bit about like my history and my connection to the military and all the family I have and all the people that come to stream that are current or prior military, and she's like, "Yeah, you're the fit for this." My stack up person is Coin. So Coin will be my contact person for the time that I am with stack up. All right, not sure. Most of my family was Navy. Hi, one. I am good. How are you? I even told her that I ran the email past you guys the other night and asked what you guys thought about it. And you were like, you know what? If it sounds legit, let's do this. One, we talked about this, right? Here, just a reminder. I know you were trying to tell me about your day and you forgot. That's your reminder. You're okay. I'm not going to yell at you yet. Listen, I'm giving you a chance to remember before I get upset with you. Listen, if it's something you end up doing on repeat over and over and over, at that point, clearly you're just not listening to me and don't care what I'm saying, then I get annoyed. Yeah, and then it's time for everybody in chat to grab their popcorn. Well, I'm not really that type of person generally. One, I mean, eh, it well, how do I phrase that? So that's not typically the energy I bring to stream as far as that persona one. It pops out here and there, but I don't put myself I don't like to put myself in that role. Do I pop off with the occasional thing? Sure. But it's never going to be an all the time thing. Yeah, I really had to think through how I wanted to word that. Exactly, because that's really not what I want this stream to be about. Because that's not the type of streamer I want to be. It's okay here and there for fun. It really was, Coder. I think I did okay. Yeah, that's not the basis for my streaming. That's not what I want this to ever be about. I don't want it to be thought of that way. Here and there is okay as long as it just stays for funsies and jokes. Yeah, it kind of is one. See, you get it. Hi, Panda. I was just telling everybody the good news about the interview and that we are now part of stackup.org. And everybody said, yay! And gave me head pats. Well, nobody gave me actual head pats because generally they don't do that. They told me I deserved it. Yes, Waffle, I am death. I am not lust. And while there may be some attraction and allure to the Lady Death, there is a difference. Oh, so I believe that one. There's also a store in the Outer Banks. Oh, what was the name of that store? You are but a humble chair, Pedro. Very wise, Coder. Very wise. There are better ways to receive pain than to touch me unsolicited. Why is this song such a bop today? I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm like in a good mood today. It's a good one, Waffle. Oh shit, you reminded me. I was supposed to send Dax my playlist. Oops. Ah. Uh Panda, I will follow up with you on more questions about that conversation we were going to have. Yes, Tommy, please go get some rest. But so far, work looks fantastic. Again, if you need any help, please let Panda and I know. I know I can speak for Panda on that as well. And also Lily when she actually has free time again after the subathon and Dragon Con. But enjoy your lurk, sweetheart. Yeah, I just kind of went through my liked songs, Waffle, and kind of added them. Hi, Gemini. Up, see, Gemini was late and he missed out on all the cool announcements. Aw, I'm sorry you're not feeling good. Oh, I have more than that on my life. Let you. I only wanna give it away. Only if you promise to stay. So, we are going to be starting a new game tonight that was ever so kindly gifted to us by the sin of sloth himself, Rabbit. We are going to be playing What Remains of Edith Finch. And this has been on my wish list. Oh, come now, Sloth. There are very few people that you do anything for. Death just happens to be one of them. Oh, no, you would never do anything kind for the mortals. That would never happen. I would never let them think that. Yes, so it looked like a super good game, and it looked like it was a good story game, so I figured we would play that tonight. It was either going to be that or Cyberpunk, and I decided we would do this first. So I'll give you the short version, Gemini. Interview yesterday went really, really well, and I expect that I will probably be getting a second interview. And also, I mentioned the charity organization that had reached out to me. I had the meeting with them today, and as of today, I am officially working with stackup.org, um, using gaming and nerd culture to raise money and bring awareness to suicide awareness and prevention for military, veterans, current service members, and our allied forces. Thank you, Gemini. So we're not going to do anything major with Stack Up right now because she understands the situation that I'm in, but it is all set up so that when we are ready, we can do a nice big fundraiser stream. It is all set up though, so if people want to throw a few dollars in the meantime, we can do that. But she does want me to be able to focus on making sure I can, pay my bills, keep the lights on, eat, that kind of thing. Very me coded. We shall see, Sloth, we shall see. But how was everybody else's day? I feel like I have shared all sorts of good news, and you guys have not told me about your day. Other than Coder, who told me he's doing a little bit better, except he's worn out and eating ramen for dinner. Which is 100% acceptable. Oh. Yeah, I know how that goes, Waffle. That happens to me pretty often. Pedro, that's exciting. I know how terrible that is for you, though, Sloth. How dare they keep you awake? I don't think I can convince Boss otherwise, though. Well, I'm sorry, one. Hopefully, hanging out, enjoying stream, and yapping with everybody will help you out a little bit. That sucks, Gemini. You've had a lot of ups and downs lately. Well, feel free to lurk or yap as much or as little as you need to, my dear. Well, Sloth, unfortunately, that is one of the things that I cannot intercede with Boss on. Yes, please, Pedro. Please, please, please. Hi, Platinum. Yes, I appreciate the lurk. You are welcome back when you can, my dear. Oh, I hate that waffle. Sometimes you loosen up through the day, sometimes you don't. Carrot cake brownies with a cream cheese filling. Yes. Absolutely yes. Yeah, the gorilla stuff is definitely way fucking cool. It is almost enough to make me play Fortnite. Ramiro, I would have killed for a picture of those, dude. Hi, Rick. Welcome home, friend. Thank you for paying the ferryman, and thank you for paying the ferryman, Gemini. I'll consider it, Rabbit. $69. Nice. The American meth pandemic. Oh my god. Well, yeah, brownies are better than meth. Ramiro, thank you for paying the ferryman. Rick, you have to pay the ferryman. It's required. No freebies. Oh, god damn it. Now I want carrot cake brownies. Shit. Why is everybody making me hungry for shit I can't have today? Waffle over there making me want authentic fucking tacos and lemon bars. Ramiro over here making me want carrot cake fucking brownies. Oh my god, Rick! Maybe not with the bridge eating? There's water under the bridges, though. They're just jumping off for a swim. Yeah, but you said that was for Korean barbecue. That's not going to have tacos and brownies and lemon bars. We're not gambling on the jumping. You fucking shits. They just traded their best player. Oh, okay. Well, I don't care about the sports ball. Oh me, oh my, won't you look at my... Panda and I just over here like, uh-huh, sure. No, we are not gambling on free falling without parachutes. We are not gambling at all. This is a gambling-free stream. I actually don't think you can gamble on Twitch. I think that's against TOS. Maybe? Oh my, won't you look at my... I don't know. I like having a platform, maybe. Ah, my Panda verified for me. So no gambling. Oh my, won't you look at my eyes? You can't gamble for monetary value on Twitch. What you do in a game is different, but within chat or with the streamer, you cannot gamble for money. In-game gambling is different. We're Pedro. Are you really going to make this difficult for me? Is this really what we're going to do today? I'm in a good mood today. I'm having a good day today. Are we really going to do this to me today? Children. Are we going to mess up my good day? The first, like, actual good day I've had in a while? Hi, boss. Thank you for paying the ferryman. I wish. Thank you for paying the ferryman. If you wouldn't have said anything, he'd have never noticed you, Rabbit. That's okay, Rabbit. Remember, he does not run things here. This is my space, not his. So, if you are okay, so if you're playing like one of the gotcha games and like trying to get things in the game, that's okay because you can play the game because you're playing a game. But if you are you're towing a gray area if you're like, hey, so it becomes a gray area if you're like, hey, anybody who subs or bits gets an entry in a giveaway to win this in-game item that I had to gamba for. That becomes a gray area. If you straight up ask for donos for that item, yeah, that's a no-no. So it can become an issue with the gotcha games. Hi, Zenny. How are you? Welcome in. So if you go on sites if you are off Twitch selling the items that you have gotten while you were playing on Twitch, that's not an issue. Um, but if you're just playing the game and not selling the items, that's again not an issue. Yes, giveaways are, but if you are not asking for money for giveaways, then it's not. Um, I don't believe so that would fall under something else, Waffle. That would be promoting other websites, which is a problem. They get very funny about other site promotion. Ramiro, you are making this way too complicated. So, we are going to move on. Thank you, Ramiro. I know a lot of Waffles questions were like legit trying to learn. Ramiro was asking the, but what if being a shit. But thank you for agreeing to be good. Uh, Panda with Ramiro, you just kind of have to go, okay, enough, and he'll agree to behave. He just likes to nudge that line. We have an understanding. Oh, Chris, yeah, those are the worst. Like, if I'm gonna go that far to your house, at least fucking tip me. That's why I always have a minimum that I tip drivers because I know I'm not like super, super close to restaurants. Zenny just jamming out to the tunes. Well, yes and no, Ramiro, because a lot of people will do that, but then don't actually tip in cash. So, as long as you're actually going to give them a decent cash tip, that's fine. But don't tell them you're going to tip in cash and then like hand them $1. But understand there's going to be less drivers that take your orders because they have been stiffed on a lot of orders like that. Doing pretty good, Zenny. How are you? Yes, you keep your tip, Pedro. Oh, that's horrible on gas, Chris. Oh. Oh, good lord, that's a hell of a drive. All right. What do we say we get ready to play a game? All right, chat. You see what time it is. Go ahead and drink your water, you thirsty little heathens. Water. I got your stretch and your hydrate bottle. Okay, this game is very, very loud. Okay, is that better? Okay, how's that volume with the music so far? Thank you for the lurk, freak, and thank you for paying the ferryman. Hi, Invid. Thank you for paying the ferryman. Okay. Thank you for paying the ferryman, Zenny.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you.
Nope, that's a little quiet now. Nope, wrong button. There we go.
And I'm sorry about that. I'm just gonna start at the beginning, with the house.
Does it sound okay?
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms. Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
This is What Remains of Edith Finch.
I hadn't been back since my brother Lewis's funeral. In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked. Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought that the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
We just start the game and you want me to run an ad.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to. The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent, as if they're about to say something but never do. The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
House is fucking wild.
As a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words. Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Alright, well, while we're in an ad for a second, do something real quick. Hi, Moby. Thank you for paying the ferryman. How are you? Okay. Paying the ferryman, so not good. Oh, but he's a nice guy. Okay. What are all of these missing posters?
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Walking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Okay. Not necessarily. He does allow people to make visits for me.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
And we crawl through a doggy door to get into our own house. That's cool. Hey, it's an old Woody station wagon. You know, how much potting soil do you need? Like, should we be concerned about terrorist activity? Oh, Chris, I'm so sorry.
The power had been turned off the night we left. For the first time in years, I felt like I was home.
Okay.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
Hi, dragon. Thank you for paying the ferryman.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot. Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
That is a lot of fucking salmon.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left. It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Thank you for the lurk razor. Lord. Ugh. There's a lot of books in this house. I mean...
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
There is literally books everywhere. Y'all
Nothing
trying
in
to
the house looked
library?
abnormal. There was just too much of it, like a smile with too many teeth.
Oh, I love books, but jeez. Like, there are empty shelves these books could go on.
Even the fire. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
Now I got my headset trying to turn off again. downstairs yet.
Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Kind of a creepy tune. Why is there a Sasquatch? Why is she dancing with a Sasquatch? Because she made a movie with a Sasquatch? Okay. These are some interesting people.
My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Hi, Dax. Thank you for paying the ferryman.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night.
Why is it bolted?
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
Bolted and expandifoamed shut. What the fuck? Upstairs first or downstairs first? Well, I don't even know if this key opens downstairs. Let's go upstairs first, I think. Maybe. Upstairs or downstairs? Or try downstairs. That wasn't one of the questions. Yeah, you can't say rabbit. Anybody else that actually wants to, like, answer the question that doesn't know the answers? Fine.
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms. Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes. Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
That one's open.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara. Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
She was only 16? Yeah, we'll explore the rest of down here first.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin. As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
What in the fuck is wrong with these people? And why are so many of them dead so
I spent a
young?
lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him. Turns out, my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of.
Okay, so before we go in there, let's go explore a little more. Clearly we won't be able to get downstairs. That's blocked.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Okay. So I guess we can't explore anymore. We explored. Okay.
From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me. Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan. But I had no idea what was behind that door. Just like I had no idea where all this was gonna lead.
Okay.
December 13th, 1947. Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen. It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Oh, not the gerbil food.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Oh, poor kid.
I thought about eating Christopher, but I held back.
Not eating the goldfish.
I kept eating and eating. I ate a lot of things that night.
Oh no.
Then I heard chirping outside my window. It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat.
What?
I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
Okay, we are a nimbly bimbly cat now.
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Okay. This is kind of fucking wild. Went from kid to a cat.
I jumped and I almost got her. I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird. I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass. Rabbits. I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons.
Thank you for the
I
alert,
swallowed him up,
Gizzy.
and I didn't chew one.
Got to hydrate.
Then I flew off to find something bigger.
All right, chat. You see what time it is. Go ahead and drink your water, you thirsty little heathens. What is this game?
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Why are we a shark in a tree? What the fuck? What? What?
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean.
Okay,
Now,
what?
I was hungrier than ever.
Okay.
I wanted fat, juicy seals. I tore off her flipper, and it tasted really good.
Here you go. This is fucking wild. What in the actual fever dream is
When I opened my eyes, everything had changed.
Okay. What?
Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Am I supposed to eat the people? What the fuck? Hi, Meep. How are you? No ruining it, Izzy.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Okay. Nope, nope. I guess we're gonna go this way. Is that the only one that way?
I wanted to stop, but also I didn't.
No worries, Gemini. Go lay down. I hope you feel better, hun.
After the last passenger, I was still hungry. And across the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
Sorry, I had to let the dog out. Okay.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Went into an old pipe. Not sure that's where good smells come from, but okay. Sure. Ew.
I got closer and closer. all of my stomach started growling. And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to feed, and we both know I will be delicious.
Well.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
So wait, she died when she was 10?
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here before my mom sealed the doors.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories.
Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
What the fuck?
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Burpee. Bob. Derpy. What the fuck? Lurpy. Purpley. What in the hell?
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Hi, Ramen. Thank you for paying the ferryman.
Her room was like a museum.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed.
Wow.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
Got your stretch, Ramen.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune. Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
He sailed his whole fucking house?
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Well, that's what you get for trying to sail a whole fucking house.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery. His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house. Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
What the hell? Okay.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife, Kay, left on the house was the pink bathroom. It was a pretty big trace. There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard. It's hidden in this book.
What even is this maze-ass house?
Sven gave Sam an old camera he'd refurbished. He never put it down.
Nope, nope, nope.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Nope, I don't want to go there yet. Oh no. Got a little ahead of myself.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom, and he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again, and he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready! Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it. I told him going around was impossible. Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin!
if the one time picked up, then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother. The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
Hi, Digi. Thank you for paying the ferryman. That kid lived every kid's fucking dream, and he fucking loop-de-looped the fucking swing. And then he went swimming. He was 11.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Mom said Grandpa Sam enlisted at 18 and never set foot in the room again.
I don't fucking blame him.
The passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star. I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Yeah, that big ocean did not quite look like space there, Rabbit. That looks delicious.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Old Jack here with another ghastly tale inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch.
Hi, Cookie.
As a
Thank you for
child
paying the
star,
ferryman.
Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up. A has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, Her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better. I think you just need the right motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
A gang of hoodlums in Halloween masks have been terrorizing Orcas Island tonight. Police are urging residents to...
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. There's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
God, I gotta play it in the comic book? Well, this is weird.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
Oh, God. I just wanted to knock the cans over. Can't wait. I wanted to see if I could get a pool ball in the hole. Damn, okay. Okay. Okay.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Oh, ate his family. Okay. Well, if you know who he is, why is he not in jail? Okay.
The old fridge rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh dear.
Rick?
Barb, relax. I was just trying to scare you to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and
She threw him out.
Atta girl.
She kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
Yes.
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show. Hours later...
Barbara! Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Because everybody knows crutches make fantastic weapons.
radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
No.
Barbara turned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing.
Yo, where's your little brother?
Okay, Barbara. There's gotta be another way out of here.
That night, she played her part beautifully. Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groaned. He wasn't moving, but she sensed the story might not be over yet.
What in the fuck? This is fucking wild. Yeah, where to go?
Hookman had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
You were wonderful. The monsters had come to surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara was magnificent. Poor girl. She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter? Hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story. As for Barbara, tucked inside the music box is all they ever found of her. Her ear. Now that's what I call a real eerie tale.
What the fuck?
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
They literally tore her apart. That's fucking wild.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box. Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Okay. So I've gotten through some of the rooms. And now we know how to go downstairs. This game is a fucking trip.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
I mean, she might got a point. Oh look, more books.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents. It turned out she was hiding a lot more than that.
No shit. Hold on. There ain't nothing else to fuck over here. No, that's all walled off, because why wouldn't it be in this fuck-ass house? You're not fucking wrong, Rabbit.
I remember
What
asking
the
Mom once about where
hell?
Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could. If there's a pattern in all these stories, I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Yo, so Walter was living underneath y'all while you was living here. That's fucking wild.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today. I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of the door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly. And then one day, everything just stopped. Whatever that thing was, it was gone. Maybe it got tired of waiting. Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid. It's been a week now, the longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting. I have to leave while I still can.
Okay.
I know it's out there somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara and Molly and Calvin.
Like, that's how I came in. How do I get out?
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going to appreciate all of it, especially the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left, or a month, or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Oh, no shit. That's so fucked.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Okay, we're gonna pause for a minute. I'm gonna run to the restroom. I'll be right back. Okay. God damn rabbit.
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me. Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter. But if she never told me about an uncle under the house, I can only imagine what else she was hiding. I don't want to make the same mistakes she made. Trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe two, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself and found out what happened to everyone else. But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real. I don't know if I should even be writing this.
This is fucking wild.
Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of. Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now. I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth. And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible. I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it. What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house? It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one. 3 of the gerbils are mine, and 2 had been my fault.
Oh my god. Zerpy, Lurpy, Furpy, Chirpy, Burpy, Derpy, Derpy Jr. Okay. There was a trend there.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
So, 10, 11, 49. No, yeah, 49. She was old. He hid in the basement, so he was old. 16. What?
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on, but for Edie, the past never went away. She could see it poking out of the water at low tide. Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night. Edie's side was always easier for me to understand. But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from. Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Jesus Christ. That's the one that's
She lost
missing.
2 of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us. There's so many things I wish I could ask my mom now. Part of me thinks this is what she wanted all along. For me to come back someday and find everything out for myself. But looking back on it now, if she told me there was going to be so much climbing, I never would have come when I was 22 weeks pregnant.
Why the fuck would you come do this when you're 22 weeks pregnant?
I never met Grandpa
Dumbass.
Sam, but I think he and my mom had a lot in common. They were both pretty intense. Sam spent his life shooting photos, but Mom said he got nervous being in front of the camera. I guess we're all afraid of something. Instead of hiding from death, Sam seemed to go out of his way to meet it.
Give me 1 second, y'all. I need to reply to an email. An email? Where is that? Hey, guess what, y'all? I got that second fucking interview for tomorrow. I'm kind of excited for this one too. Okay, interview tomorrow. That one's a long interview, apparently. Oh boy. And that one's on Zoom, so I have to look presentable. Yep. Second interview tomorrow, 2 to 4. So I might be late to stream. We'll see.
Dawn, I promise, you'll never forget this weekend.
Yes, sir.
These memories are gonna last a lifetime.
Hmm? Am I gonna have to shoot anything?
It's a hunting trip, Dawn. Shooting is strongly encouraged.
Shouldn't we be leaving?
Just want to get a shot of you, Dawn, then we can take off.
What?
Perfect.
It's gonna rain the whole weekend, isn't it? I will never forget this weekend, Dad.
Okay, got it.
I'm gonna take some pictures, okay?
Just be careful. That camera's older than you are.
You're right, Dad. It's starting to clear up. Still freezing, though.
Definitely should not have drunk all that coffee. Hey!
That's a keeper. Hold still while I take a picture of you.
I'm just saying, I'm not always gonna be here, Don. You'll need to remember this stuff, if you want to survive.
I'll be fine, Dad.
You know who else thought he was gonna be fine?
Some guy who died.
Don, I'm being serious.
I know, Dad. You're always serious. Doesn't being out here make you want to chill out?
Well, to tell you the truth, I haven't been out here in 20 years. Don, don't you think you could find something more interesting to photograph? Your grandpa Sven taught us how to fish, how to build a fire. We found an old logging trail. There were deer everywhere. I bet if I could remember where that trail was, we'd spot a buck for you in no time.
Dad!
Good eyes, Don. Before you take the shot, let me get a picture of you.
Dad.
Let me get behind you.
Do I have to do this?
Don, you don't have to do anything. Great shot, Don! I'm proud of you, Don. Always remember that, okay? Sorry, Don. Just gotta reset the timer.
Dad, it's twitching. I think
That's
it's
totally normal, Don. Just focus on the camera. Try not to think about—
Dad!
Alright. Hey, Godstrong, I got my second interview.
Of all these stories, that's the one I wish most that my mom had told me.
Yeah, I just got the email a few minutes ago. Yeah, it didn't take him long to come to that decision, did it?
After Sam died, my mom and Edie got really close. They'd both lost a lot. I can't imagine my mom ever writing poetry, and yet...
Dear Kay, do you remember the way Gregory used to laugh when he thought he was alone? Like something funny was happening, but only he could see it. I think he saw things the rest of us don't.
Time's over, Gregory. It's time to... Hold on, sweetie. Hello? Sam, I told you I don't want to talk right now.
I wonder what he saw. He reminded me so much of Calvin. Lost in his imagination. Whatever it was, he saw. It sure made him happy. I know how silly it sounds. But I worried about a baby being too happy. But I could feel him slipping away.
Sorry about that, Gregory.
I know you did everything you could. Maybe if I hadn't called that night.
Damn it. Hold on, I don't want Gregory to hear this.
I wish he could have told us about the world he saw. There's so much I don't understand about Gregory, about everything. But I know what happened wasn't your fault. I'm sure he's happy.
Thank you for the lurk, Ramen.
I want you to be happy too. Good luck, Kay. Love, Sam.
A poem for Gus, who always said the wedding was a bad idea. Our father never hit us kids, at least not very hard, before the day my brother said with teenage disregard that he'd be dead before he'd see a wedding in our yard. My father made him come, of course, but Gus stood far apart, just flew his kite and bottled up the storm inside his heart. I tried to talk him out of it, but though he'd never met her, "We don't need a stepmom," were the words that I
now
remember.
pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
When the time for photos came, Dad ordered him to come here. But Gus declined, and as a sign held up his middle finger. The wind picked up, and panicked geese appeared and quickly went. But all the humans did that day was go inside the tent. The rain came down in buckets then, but no one seemed afraid that nature might destroy the tent our dad had crudely made. The thunder sounded much too close and full of angry power. But all my father said to this was, "Make the music louder." I wish that I could truly say I thought about you on that day. Out there on the beach alone, just you, the wind, the sea, and foam. But I didn't, until we found you.
She never talked about him, but Mom told me once if I was a boy, they were going to name me Gus.
This family is a whole ass fucking mess.
My mom moved up to the loft after her brothers died. At the time, it was as far away as she could get. She spent a summer building houses in Calcutta, where she met my dad, Sanjay. Religion was another thing my mom never talked about, but I think it helped her a lot after her dad died.
You gotta go down the fireman pole. Even if we gotta climb back up. Yeah, you're far too lazy for that, rabbit.
My mom moved to India a week after graduation and got a job teaching English. Louis was born a year later. When my dad died, I don't think Mom knew where else to go. I'm sure Edie was happy to have her back. The house had to get a little bigger, but Edie was used to that. And for a while, things were good. Almost normal.
I don't think anything in this house has ever been fucking normal.
But it didn't last. The beginning of the end was Milton's 10th birthday, when Edie gave him a castle. Milton Finch in The Magic Paintbrush. I was 4 when Milton disappeared.
He drew himself into disappearance? What in the hell?
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
The fuck is wrong with this fucking family?
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out. Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Louis blamed himself. After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room, until Mom got him a job at the cannery. Louis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
No, go back in. I did not tell you to leave.
Louis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
Damn, he just left some leftovers laying there.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Louis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse. Newly sober, I believe Louis first noticed the monotony of his daily life. He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself. In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander. I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads. And things that have not names. He knew it was all in his head. But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself. But he found something more. I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Louis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Louis. so I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend. On the edge of a city he named Louis Topia. He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians. And songs for them to play. He talked about starting a band. And he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger.
This is really hard.
He no longer spoke at the cannery. But his chopping was as reliable as ever. Then one day it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination. So he could do whatever he wished. He held an election for mayor. And he won. They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering. It became a game for him. He'd conquer a city, then immediately push on. New Louisville. St. Louis. He started drifting away from our reality. Minneapolis, until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery. Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on. In Louisburg, he heard rumors of a handsome queen. The queen was on her own quest for sinister serpents. He followed the sound of her silver harp. His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound. He knew the world was all in his imagination. But he was so proud of having created it. In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king. For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him. He began to forget the world we know.
Jesus.
I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker. He began to despise the man with a royal contempt. I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder. The palace would be packed with his companions. Including the wise Calico who'd insisted on advising him. His queen waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
That's a fucking guillotine.
And the rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Hi, Vim. Thank you for paying the ferryman.
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
So you're telling me the psychologist fucking encouraged him to live in this goddamn fantasy land in his head? Oh my god. That made him, make me just walk him to his fucking death in a fish cannery. Not quite sure he's living.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
I'm doing good, Vim. How are you?
I wish we'd stayed. But I understand why we left. My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time. Maybe it should have come sooner. But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night. That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
The power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles. When my mom sealed the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance. Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house. Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your stories! I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning, okay?
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born. That night, the tide went way, way out. It was the first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it. When the fog rolled in, I lost my way. I got turned around. For a while, I wandered. I started seeing things. Things I'd forgotten had ever existed. But when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them. Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it! Let go! I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great-Grandma Edie again. The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by. My mom didn't like to talk about it, but she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly. She got better for a while, and then she didn't. And then I was alone. The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is.
Nice sketch. Thank you for paying the fare.
This journal was supposed to be for you.
All right, chat. You see what time it is. Go ahead and hydrate, you thirsty little heathens.
But now I hope you'll never see it. I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way. This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
That was fucking wild. Yeah, that was a really good game, Rabbit. Well, you're slowly walking each of these people to their death. And you know, you're walking each of these people to their death. And you don't have a choice because it's the only way to progress the story. Well, yeah. You're just reliving it, but still. Like the fucking baby in the bathtub? Honestly, I'm gonna be a whole ass dickhead. The baby in the bathtub was entirely that mom's fault. You let that fucking phone ring. Ignore the goddamn phone. Pay attention to your fucking kid. Not once did I ever leave my kid unattended like that. Yes, I enjoyed that so much. Now I gotta figure out what we play next. Fortnite with you. Well, I don't know that I would want to start Cyberpunk tonight. Crypto. I'm really gonna need you to start sleeping.